Remotion lets you completely edit and create videos just using code, and now we're able to use it with Claude Code as a fantastic skill. All you need to do is describe what you want and it will go off and generate it. If you're a real estate agent, that can mean providing it a load of different property images like you can see here, and then telling it to go through, actually create a quick video that we could put on a website explaining what that listing is, some of the key features to go with it as well, and a call to action at the end to make sure that we get it running on autopilot 24/7. Or if you just got a favorite sport, for example, like we can see in the background, Formula One, you could just go through and get it to create a nice quick video showing the different teams this year, how they're able to perform, what their different numbers are, some different maps. And again, all of this can be done by just a simple line within your Claude Code, and that's the power of Remotion. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up Remotion on your computer and enable Claude Code to be able to go through and generate all of this for you by just a simple prompt to get the output. We're also going to walk through the best framework to get the best results, and we're going to do a quick example together all around bringing a GitHub repo to life. Let's get straight into it. And if you want to learn more about AI and automation, make sure to come across to our community. We've got tons and tons of insights. You can get one-on-one time with me and much, much more to get ahead with AI. Now, to set it up is nice and simple. We just need to run this command here, which I'll include in the link down below so that you can go through and set it up yourself nice and easily. Copy this. We're going to open up a new terminal in, for example, VS Code. We're going to enter it in there, which is going to start the process of going through and cloning it into our specific repository. We're able to choose specific agents, or we can come through and choose all agents to show you the difference. If we come into here, you'll be able to see the different ones that we're able to access. Or what we're able to do is if we just come up to the top, we're going to say that we want to have it for Claude Code today. We're going to press enter. We're going to say that we want it to be a global skill, and we're going to have it as syslink. We're then going to come through and say, yes, we're happy to be installed, and it's going to go through and just make sure it's ready to be set up. Once we've done this, we're then going to come across and copy this command that they've got here to actually start going through and generating our videos. We then want to come through, open up a folder for us to store everything that we're going to be generating today. So we're just going to come through and create a new folder to store everything. We're going to call it GitHub, and then we're going to do open. Now we'll have everything showing up on the left-hand side. We'll bring our terminal back up. We've now got that folder name, as you can see here, and then we're just going to press npx create video latest, and it should go through and make sure that we're able to use it straight away. Now, what you'll see here is they've got a few templates ready to go. All of them are optimized to give you specific outputs, so it's definitely worth looking through here, depending on the output you're trying to achieve each time you go through. For today, we're just going to come up and use blank. So we're going to press enter. We're going to say yes for Tailwind CSS, same for the agent skills, and now it should go through and get everything set up for us, as we can see on the left-hand side there. Now we've gone through and got all of it installed, and we've got some of the other ones on the left-hand side here. So for example, we don't need Open Code, VS Code, and Gemini and a few others, so you can go through and delete them. We're going to come down, we need to copy this command here. We're just going to open up another new terminal just to show you everything step by step. We're going to run npm I, npm run dev, and this should go through, get everything installed for us, and set up, ready to go. So there we go, it's now running through and getting us all set up. This is going to enable us to come through and actually use this code here. So we'll copy this, come across to a Chrome browser, paste in there, and now we can see our video editing interface that we want to use. So this is the base. How are we going to get Claude to go through and actually run it? Well, what we're going to do is come back across. We're going to create a new terminal. We're now going to type Claude in here to boot up our Claude Code instance. We're going to say, I have given you the ability to run Remotion as a skill. Please go through and just double check what it is, how it works, before we go through and actually create an output. We're just going to go through to plan mode just to make sure that it understands it, because of course we want all of the context, all of the skills to be understood so that we can get that better output. Speaking of how we get better outputs, we want to use Remotion like we're creative directors. So what does this mean? Well, it's not going to be able to go off and just do everything on its own. What we need is a good structured framework to approach it with. First of all, we're going to need to give it a really clear idea of what we want to achieve. Step one, do this. This is the output we want. These are the different scenes we want, and everything like that to give it a clear instruction on what we're looking to achieve. Next, we also want to provide it with any reference material. That could be any documents, i.e. a creative brief that you've already created, any links to any websites, images, anything like that you want it to reference, or any assets, i.e. images that maybe you've already taken and you want it to utilize to get the output. We then want to chunk up the work as we go through and develop it. So we want to start with maybe section 1, i.e. the first couple of slides or the first iteration. Then we're going to go through and try the next part, again taking it piece by piece, layering on top, and then we're going to get our output after that. Then what you'll find is actually after you get the output, you'll probably start having a loop where you keep going through round and round and round, making sure that you add any reference material, but likely just refining the output that is already produced. So if we come back across, what we'll see here is it's now gone through and it should have understood all of the different skills as we can see here. We're now going to come to the bottom and explain the creative brief that we want it to complete. So there we go. We're just going to come through and say that we want it to go through and create a overview, explain a video with icons, animations, everything like this. And we're going to use the GitHub repository, which if we come across is going to be based on this Vibe Kanban, which is getting lots of interest at the moment. And this is how we can go through and massively improve the planning and execution whilst we're going through and building our apps. So because Claude Code has got access to the internet, we're going to copy the URL, come across and just paste it into here. Then we'll be able to send it off to make sure that it goes through and actually references the Remotion video instructions, the best practices, before we let it go through and actually create the video. But I just wanted to go through and show you a few quick examples. So this one here is all around tracking your fitness journey. Again, we're able to have audio over the top of this. We can connect it into platforms like 11 Labs. We can give it music and much more to help get a really nice polished output at the end that we'll be able to use on here, on LinkedIn, on marketing campaigns, and everything else. And there's another video here all around the actual validation of an idea. As we can see, it's actually going to have a call to action at the end, which is specific to the business that he runs. It's got those purple and blue fonts and color schemes, which I don't really like. It looks very vibe coded. But again, we're able to go through, completely change this to our own color scheme. As you saw in the back of there, it's got some animations that go through as well. So it helps bring it to life without needing an animator and all these other things. Yes, it's not perfect, but again, this is the first iteration of this new tool that we're starting to get used, and I'm sure that it will massively improve over time. There'll be lots of plugins for skills to get better outputs and much more. Another one I found really interesting from Remotion themselves as well, we're able to have travel ones as well. So for example, right to left from Zurich across to New York, and we can get access to all of the source code as well to understand how they achieve this output and replicate it for ourselves. So there we go. We just got our plan back from Claude. It's gone through and explained what we should do, the different sections. It's understood, of course, all of the different elements that we've got. It's gone through and analyzed the repository that we gave it access to as well. We're going to have a title and intro. We're going to have the problem. We're going to have multi-agent support, some key features, call to action. So we're going to come down, we're going to say yes, auto accept edits, and let it run through. So there we go, it's going to do it all for us. So we're going to come back across to our local host dashboard. And now what we'll be able to see is where we've got all of the information ready to go. We'll be able to see any of the assets that it pulls into here as well, which is going to be part of our public folder, which I'll show you back in the repo in a second. Got the composition, i.e. the different file that we've generated. We're going to press play. We've got a icon that comes at the top. We've got 19,000 stars. It's got a few animated icons coming through. It looks more like a PowerPoint transition, so we definitely want to change that. Overall, it does look quite good. It's quite easy to understand. It's got the command, which we'll be able to see there. So overall, I don't think it's 100%, but it's incredibly good to think that took, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go through and get this output. We didn't need any animators, and this is just a start. We can come back across. We can come to the left and see if it's got any public skills and icons in here, which it doesn't. So we can come down and say, great, but I need you to pull in some of the images from the GitHub repo to use. Just for time, I'm going to come back and copy the image address, and then image 1, we'll paste in there. We'll then say image 2, we'll come back across, copy this one as well, paste in there. We'll also say, please can you improve the transitions to be more as please elevate fine to make it look more an actual editor had gone and done this for us. Please utilize industry best practice. We'll send that off and see what it's able to do on that next iteration. There we go. It said that it's made all the changes in here that we needed it to. If we come to the left-hand side, we'll also see that we've now got those two icons or images for us to be able to use and reference as well. So let's come back across, and there we go. Straight away we can already see that icon, so we're just going to press play, see it come through in the background here. I really like that new design. It's got some purple in the background as well. The transition straight away looked a lot better than it did before. It looks like we've got the interface again. I don't like the purples and blues, they always look awful, always looks really vibe coded, so we could definitely go through and change that. We've also got the glow in the background, which I really like, and it had that action at the end here. We just come across showing the actual link to our repository as well. So it's great to see that we're going through. It's definitely some improvements that we can make, but to think this was done in 5 minutes, you can go off, make a cup of tea or coffee, whatever it may be, and it's able to produce these outputs. This is so much easier than it was before. Now, what we can do as well is, of course, we can screenshot specific parts. So for example, this, make sure to copy it. We'll then come back across. We'll paste our image into the conversation. We'll say, great, but I need this slide to look. We'll do this as the last edit, again, really making it targeted on what we want to achieve. So there we go. It says it's generated everything for us. So let's come back across. We'll just refresh everything and we'll go play.
10x your productivity. 19,000 developers already have. One command is all it takes. Try Vibe Kanban today.
So there we go. That's how we can go through and start to get videos generated on autopilot and edited with Claude Code. Is it 100%? No, but it's incredibly good for a starting off project, and I'm sure that this will get much, much better over time, specialist skills. And if you want to learn more about AI and automation, click the first link in the description, come across to the community, and if you want AI built for your business, click the second one. Stay tuned for more around AI, automation, and have a great day.